Live from Los Angeles, we come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We also come together in community, in Society and New Thought Global to basically live for being empowered and entrepreneurship and our commitment to helping people in the world bring their gifts and their messages. We recognize that you have so many gifts to bring to the world, and together we're awakening the world. So let's do this thing. Today's podcast, I want to talk to you about monetizing your spiritual gifts. And this is very near and dear to my heart. And I have a couple stories around this. So when I was very young and really suffering still, and I would go into meditation, and as I began to awaken, there was a voice that came through. And the voice basically would guide me. It was like my intuition. It was, divine, if you will. And the voice said, bring truth to the world. Embody truth and bring truth to the world. And I said, but how? And the voice said, embody truth, be truth, and bring truth to the world. I said, but I don't know how. Who am I? How would I do that? And it would just speak through and guide me in the process. And I remember just having days where I just thought, what am I doing? Who am I to think that I could do this? And I had to live on such faith because I just was obsessed with the work and I'd had a spiritual calling. And so this podcast is for you. This podcast is for the person I know that is listening, that has had a deep, deep, profound spiritual calling, that is going through their awakening at whatever level they're going through their awakening. And they know that this is the work that they want to embody, meaning whatever it is, whatever spiritual gifts that they have, they know, whatever truth, whatever expression of truth is within their soul for the world. We teach in Society that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world, and it's in infinite expressions because there's infinite people, right? That there's infinite ways of bringing truth to the world. And so it brings me to this other time, and one of my deepest, a beautiful mentor I had. I talk about him a lot. He came into my life. I truly believe that he came into my life. It was 3 years almost to the day that I met him that he transitioned. And he had great wisdom. He was a great metaphysical teacher. And he taught me and kind of downloaded all of his wisdom. And it was such a beautiful relationship. He was kind of like a grandpa to me. And I, quite frankly, had never felt as loved as I did from him. And he downloaded all this wisdom. His entire life, he had been obsessed with spiritual work and with truth. And he had such incredible experiences of super, consciousness and tracking different dimensions and speaking with, different entities and being able to do things in consciousness and go external from his body. And he just had great wisdom. But I'll never forget when he was on his deathbed and he was crying. He was crying tears of joy, of course, but he also was crying, and he was so frustrated that he wasn't able to get his work out to the world at the level that he really wanted to. And it was one of the saddest aspects of his life. And as we recognize, knowing that our prayers are already answered, right? So here, hence, of course, he downloaded a lot of his wisdom with many other teachers that I taught with for 25 years, but his wisdom lives in a lot of my work, and so we know that it's already done. Whatever we desire is already done, right? His prayer was already answered. He didn't recognize it, and I didn't recognize it, that was the download that was supposed to happen. I was the student, he was the teacher that was supposed to be downloaded, and we recognize this, right? But how great would it have been for him to be able to experience taking that out to the world, and for him to see the things that I get now, that I get messages from people around the globe of how this work has transformed their entire life as they know it, their entire perception of it. It's transformed their children. It's transformed, just incredible ways. I get messages and emails and notes and beautiful reflections all the time. And my heart I pray for my mentor and I tell him those things and I say, thank you, and know that this is both for both of us. This is for all of us, every mentor that's come before, all the great minds, everything. But my heart still aches that he wasn't able to fully receive that in this lifetime. You know, how beautiful would that have been for him? And so I'm speaking to you right now because I know that you've had a spiritual calling. And I know that your heart's desire is to fully embody this work at whatever level, to truly know the truth of who you are and have full revelation and full enlightenment of yourself, and have that reflected into your work, into whatever framework that you create, whatever that may be, one-on-ones or mentorship or courses, or maybe it's in a product or a service. You know, we have lots of different people in society. We have spiritual coaches and life coaches, but we also have real estate agents, and we have people in corporate because they love this work. They want to embody it and they want to bring it into corporations and into different things, right? So the point is that I know that you've had a calling. And guess what I know as well? I know for sure that the online world is booming, that we live in an unprecedented time right now, and that so many people are having to learn the online world. And so many people through the pandemic and the lockdown and the economical ups and downs and the political disarray, that the beautiful thing out of right now is that everybody is having their values shift exponentially. And so the self-development world, the spiritual world is booming. We've done bigger numbers during this time than ever. And we're growing exponentially because they realize how important this work is. And they realize how important it is to understand also to develop their businesses online. So my invitation for you is I actually am doing a 5-day challenge. A 5-day challenge that is monetizing, how to monetize your spiritual gifts. So it's going to be September 14th for 5 days, Monday through Friday. And I'm going to break on down. I'm going to give you so much wisdom. I'm giving everything. And the reason why I'm doing this is because then I've witnessed other 5-day challenges, and some people they give a lot of inspiration, and I'm going to do that as well. But they don't actually get into the value. My commitment for you is for you really to have tools and mindset and skill set to walk away from that 5 days and really understand how to launch your business, your soul-based business online, and how to really thrive in that. Step by step, understanding the plan and a bigger view of what it is for you to fulfill upon your legacy in this lifetime. And so on the first day, we're going to be going over getting clarity about your message and your mission, because that is always the most important thing. Over and over again, working with CEOs, working with celebrities, working with thousands of women around the world, the most important thing you're doing is your mindset. 99% of your work as a CEO or as a business owner or as a coach is to get your mindset right. The most powerful coaches, the most powerful work that they do is holding consciousness. More important than all their skill set, all their modalities, all their framework, is that, right? So getting your message clear. You can't have your message if you haven't done your inner work. Your message isn't clear until you've fully awoken, right? Getting your message and your mission down. Day 2, we're going to go over your products and pricing and truly understanding what that kind of is and how to do research on it and what the standard in the industry is. And it's so good, you guys. I've worked with so many I've paid for so many coaches myself. I've spent over $250,000 on my development of my spiritual advancement and my business advancement. And I'm going to give you so much wisdom through these 5 days. Day 3, we're going to start talking about selling with soul. I used to hate sales. I used to cringe. It used to be like, oh, what a scummy thing to do, right? Oh, it's just creepy. And I want to take you through some processes to help really shift your mindset from selling to getting into service and truly being able to be there for having somebody else commit to their dreams. And on day 4, we're going to get into social media mastery, because we recognize it's like the state street of retail these days. Having social media is like the greatest real estate we could ever have. And what do you do there? It's called social because it's about engaging. And how do we engage? And what are the things that we can do to build trust, and engagement, and have people transform into raving fans and into clients, right? And then day 5, we're going to talk about 10 timing your soul biz. And there is a key, a certain very specific key of 10 timing your soul biz and the mistakes that you're making that are really going to have you stay small. And so I'm excited to dive into this together. And I invite you to invite your friends and people that are light workers or are spiritual teachers or coaches or anybody that just really is interested in building their business online, but also loves spiritual distinctions and manifesting and transformation and all that self-development stuff, because we have an incredible community. Our community is booming. Our community is incredible. The women, the men, we have a few men, and everybody just engages, and they have fellowship, and they have sisterhood, and they have soul circle support calls, and it's unlimited what we have. And we're just beginning, you guys. We're going global. We're getting the work's getting translated into multiple languages. We're doing so much incredible work. So if you're somebody who's had a spiritual calling, or somebody who really is going, you know what, I'm ready to commit to my dreams, to my, taking my voice and message to the world and embodying the highest version of myself, because the greatest product to produce is you. You are the product. You are the temple. You are the sacredness. You are the I am. You are all of that. And in knowing that, you deserve to have an incredible community around you. You deserve to have people hold you for the highest and know that any dream that you have is destiny. You deserve to have all the skill set and all the mindset and all the tools and everything you need to become and thrive and be every last drop you ever desire to be. It is done in my mind, and is my greatest pleasure. My greatest pleasure is to help and see and witness the transformation, the awakening, and watching people thrive online and touch other lives. My work goes out exponentially. My soul, my heart goes out exponentially as I help others in that service, in that soul connection, in that love. And so I invite you into this challenge. I'll put below here a link. You can also go to social media to draaron.tv across, and you'll probably see some links for that. And you can also go to soulciety.com/5-day challenge, and you can put your information in there. And we're going to be going on an incredible, dynamic, powerful 5-day journey of giving you some tools that are worth so much that you're going to be able to implement and know step by step how to monetize your spiritual gifts and how to launch your soul-based business online, okay? So have a beautiful day. And you are in my heart, you are in my prayers. I simply know it's done, 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 as together we say, and so it is. Have a beautiful day, you guys, and may you live your truth.